welcome to Skin Side Out, where we peel back the layers of skincare, confidence, and everything dermatology. I'm Dr. Angela Pineda, CEO of Dermclinic.
And I'm Louise Galang, your co-host together with Doc Angel. So we'll be having honest and empowering conversations to help you take care of yourself inside and out.
Hopefully, we'll look into what skincare treatments were big in 2024 and also somehow do a little prediction as to what might still be in this 2025 and what might people be looking for. So hopefully you can stay tuned so that you can learn more about the aesthetic treatments and dermatological treatments that we have for you.
So tune in, relax, and I hope you enjoy this. Hi, Doc. Happy New Year.
Yes, Happy New Year!
It's so nice to see you, Gabi. We're kicking off the new year and we're starting with a podcast.
Yes.
And then we are going to dive into so much more today. Are you ready, Doc?
Yes, we're grateful for 2024. There's a lot that happened, but we're excited as well for the new things that will happen this 2025.
I'm so excited, Doc. Pero simulan muna natin with the word change. Parang that's so controversial when it comes to the new year. Change. Ikaw ba, Doc, growing up, meron ka bang gustong ibahin sa self mo?
I think in general, every new year, 'di ba? I think we want to always look for ways, what can I do better? What can I change? But I think we all went, well, speaking for myself,
Yeah.
I also went through that stage of I felt insecure.
You did?
Yeah, I think I was in high school. Alam mo yung parang you feel like every little thing in your face was like a problem, like I shouldn't have this. Yeah. So I think we all went through that stage, or I think puberty, where it hits the most na, because I have like many moles in the face.
Talaga?
Yeah, hindi siya halata naman. But when I was younger, you felt like, this is something that shouldn't be there. Kasi you're seeing changes that weren't there
Yeah.
na before. So, or when you look at when I look at myself in the mirror, I feel like, it should be, I mean, your face should be more, like cleaner, or you want to look more like when you smile, your nose shouldn't be that big.
Yeah.
So I think it's the little things that you feel like it could be better, or it could be, you could look more pleasing, or presentable. I think that's the term.
Alam mo ba, Doc, I don't know, I'm just gonna be so real and honest. Parang dumating na yung episode na to eh. We've been together for how many episodes? Mga 5, 3 na or something. But like, there's always something na I want to change with me. Parang there's just that unhappy side of me. Like, of course, number one, it's always like I want to lose weight. And if I want to lose weight, gusto ko yung pinakamabilis.
Yeah.
And yung pinaka-less effort.
Mm.
Because I don't have the time to exercise, etc. And then secondly, Doc, ilang beses ko nang nag-dread na gusto ko magpalit ng nose. Because my nose is always smiling. Sabi nga ng mom ko, sa family namin, pangu kami lahat. Charot. And I think it's a Filipino thing too.
Yeah.
So it's like, besides just the skin, the ganon, but seeing drastic change, yun talaga yung heavy, heavy effort. And when I talk to my friends naman, relate din talaga sila, Doc. So parang, there's that part of me that wants change. And now that we are capable for that, parang ngayon for 2025, everyone is gearing up towards, nose lifts.
Yeah. So that's really something. I think for Filipinos, nose lift is one of the most searched procedure. Kasi people, it's something that's central to your face that you want to improve or enhance, or you can do something about. And for Filipinos, tama ka doon, like our, normally, our shape talaga for the nose, it's not kasing tangos ng
Hindi talaga.
Caucasian. So, diba, it's very Asian, but at the same time, we have our own twist to it.
Yeah.
Alam mo yun? It's more rounded compared to others. So, I think that's one of the reasons why it becomes a concern for more people. But I think in general, I think as humans, we also always want what we don't have. Like, diba? Like tayo, Filipinos, we want to have whiter skin.
Oh,
Diba? But
tama.
while those naman who can't get darker,
They want
bumibilid sila sa
tan skin.
yeah,
Yeah,
sa
tama.
araw just to get tan. So I think it's really that what you don't have, you want to somehow get that.
Yeah, that's
So I think that's really something that we can all have. But I think one important part is that you have to also learn which things you really want or you can really help you. For me, it's really important na you're not just wanting to eliminate what makes you you.
Yeah, tama.
Diba? Parang there might be things you wanted to enhance or improve, but hopefully it's not naman na I don't want this face anymore. Because
Sawang-sawa na ako sa mukha ko. Oh, yeah, like something like that. Pero Doc, alam mo ba, 2024, that was the year that I actually got my second hyco nose lift.
yes.
Yeah, and a part of me says I'm so happy. Sobrang happy ako sa hyco nose lift kasi syempre nag-trending siya sa TikTok.
Yeah.
But like, I'm afraid now that we're entering 2025, kailangan ko pang bumalik kasi sobrang sakit. Like, the pain and the
Yeah.
agony of going back, what can I do? Like, will I continue down this road or will I save up na for the nose lift?
I think these are non-surgical kasi. Yung what you mentioned, it's nose lifts, there are different types. Dati, ang alam lang is rhinoplasty. Ibig sabihin, lalagyan ng silicone or just para tumangos and then to just tighten it a little bit. But now, there are a lot of like mini or subtle enhancements, which you mentioned one. It's the use of like thread lifts. Ang ginagawa
Thread
doon
lifts.
is nag-i-insert ng mga threads into the nose just to add more body or structure. It's also similar with how it can be achieved through dermal fillers.
Okay.
Dermal fillers are hyaluronic acid treatments or injections that you also add. Na parang you add it like to somehow add structure. Mostly here.
Yeah,
Diba?
sa area ni
Here. Kasi ito yung mas wala tayong masyadong bridge Filipinos. And then sometimes dito. So that at least it gets pointed. So that's normally where it's used. But I think the best thing to ask yourself is what stage? Are you in the stage na you're experimenting? Or are you in the stage na parang, this is something that I want to do. I want to really have like a new nose or something na, kasi if it's something na experimenting ka lang, you just want to try, then having the haiku or having subtle enhancements can work, even the dermal fillers. But if it's something na you considering na, hindi, gusto ko talaga, like, mag-improve na siya, like, very visible, then you can go for rhinoplasty. Because as you've mentioned you've had it twice.
Tama.
So, ang difference kasi, these are enhancing collagen or it's adding structure to your nose. Para mas may shape siya. So, but it's not permanent. Ibig sabihin,
it will go down.
Yeah.
That's the term that they use yung, uy, bababa din yan. Yeah.
or it will be less enhanced. Ganon. So, I think it has to be dependent on the patient. If he or she wants something na, gusto ko, Doc, yung hindi halata. Or, baka mamaya, Doc, hindi, mas gusto ko yung medyo alang-hala.
Yeah.
Na may ginawa ako. But, we as doctors naman have to also counsel patients properly kung kaya ba to. Because there are some na, kunyari, for example, as you mentioned, us Filipinos were more on the rounded
nose.
So, hindi talaga natin kaya yung very American na nose.
Hindi talaga.
Because sometimes, I think, I'm not sure if you've seen it, but ako, I've seen it na sometimes, it gets awkward din, na it becomes too tall na feeling mo, hindi na siya pantay sa
Hindi
face.
siya proportionate.
Yes.
Yes.
Or
hindi
you
siya
feel it,
proportionate.
tara na siyang witch. Not naman in a bad way. Pero sobrang like
Yung
it's too,
Yeah.
So I think you have to learn to talk to your doctor and also trust an opinion if it's possible, if it will be too awkward for your face, or if mamaya, kasi what the doctor also does when you're assessed is they assess also yung bone structure, they look at how it appears, para tama. It's not misplaced when they start doing enhancements.
So, kasama po yan when I like consult?
Yeah.
Alright, okay.
They tell you what the limitations are. Of course, we can't, like, diba, if normally your nose is ito, hindi mo siya pwedeng gawin like 360. Like, you have, for example, you have a very flat nose or mas less yung bridge dito. Hindi mo naman siya pwedeng gawing super tall.
Agad.
Yeah. Or there are some limitations naman would be yung width.
Yeah.
So, pag sobrang wide naman, minsan mahihirapan ka ding
I-cut.
Oo, or i-make adjustments. So, I think it's really dependent on what you want and also knowing what can be done.
Yeah.
For you.
I think it's so important to stress this kasi parang ngayon may mga sale when it comes to this one. Like, there's a Facebook group chat nakalagay. Siyempre, kasama ako doon. The cheapest place to get your nose done. Yung mga nose lift na ganyan. Kasi syempre, it's really something that I want. So, pero syempre, you're going through it, ganyan. And sometimes, nagmumukha siyang supermarket.
Yeah.
What do I mean by supermarket? Minsan, like, dahil everything is online, problem ko lang pala is ALAR. So, magpa-ALAR talks ako. So, minsan yung parang kung ano yung...
ALAR yung dito.
Yung dito. So, baka hindi ko naman kailangan magpa under the knife. Baka ALAR lang ng ALAR. Pero what do you think about that, Doc? Is that okay na you're constantly getting this?
Parang it's the same for me na with experimenting. You can only experiment until this much.
Yeah, until this
Parang
much.
if you keep experimenting until 5 years
baka
after.
maging watch.
Oo. Or baka mamaya, hindi na ganun kaganda yung output. Because like for example, our skin, nag-ano na yan nawe-wear and tear even with the repairs. What we do is we improve the collagen. So, but if for example, we keep inserting threads, we keep adding hyaluronic acid just to add volume, but ma-absorb ng ma-absorb. But we can't really assess the level, gaano pa karaming thread, gaano pa karami. And sometimes, if you're really up for surgery, sometimes, doctors then who do surgeries will ask you, nakailang threads ka na, nakailang haiku ka na, nakailang fillers ka na. Because they want it sometimes na lumipas muna yung period.
Okay.
Para hindi patong-patong yung ginawang treatment for your face or for your nose. And other parts of the body.
That's smart. And like, going back with the other thing that's trending, parang this is like a very heavy topic, no? But another thing is that another trending one that we have personally is Regeron, Doc.
Yeah.
So, everyone is talking about getting their skin done during 2024, but it looks so painful. So, yung friend ko, nagpagawa siya ng Regeron, and then parang sabi niya, she regrets it the day she got it. Kasi sabi niya, why does it look like this? Pero when it healed, it looks so amazing after.
Yeah.
So,
but Regeron, it's a brand actually. It's not that we're promoting a brand, but it's one of the most well-known from Korea. Kasi they promote the brand. But it's a part of the skin treatments that are called biostimulators. So what it means, it stimulates collagen production. So it works on the deeper layer of the skin. There are multiple injections. Yun lang siya. So, kaya siguro sinabi ng friend mo. But, these are all done under topical anesthesia. So, ibig sabihin, may papahid na cream that will cause your face to feel numb. So that when the doctor starts to treat it, wala kang mararamdaman. But because it affects skin quality is mostly, kita mo siya superficial. So, kita mo din yung bumps.
Yeah.
Parang meron siyang downtime.
Yeah, malaki. How long is the
It
downtime?
can take 2 to 3 days. na downtime. But because it boosts collagen, so it works long term. Like, the more you use it, normally, ang recommendation for biostimulators is you do like a major dose, one, and then next month, para magkasunod, and then after, you do a booster, 3-4 months along the road.
So do you advise this, Doc? Like,
It
is
can
this
be done.
doable?
Yeah, it can be done. It will really improve the skin quality because it will help the firmness of the skin na parang matatighten siya kasi it will stimulate more collagen to be produced. So, normally, our skin or our skin quality declines as we grow older. That's the natural course of things. But because of these add-on treatments, ang nangyayari, it helps prolong collagen production. So, mas parang mabuboost yung collagen production ng skin mo.
Okay. So, like, do you think this will be in for 2025, Doc?
It is still in. Actually, there are also a lot of brands that are coming in. We know a couple kasi they really start to advertise because people are really more interested with skin quality.
Skin, yeah.
Like, you want to look fresh. You want to look glowing without really putting too much.
Makeup, yeah.
And that's what biostimulators do. So, there was a stage, actually, biostimulators are more common now compared to, you seldom hear dermal fillers already.
Yeah.
Diba? Parang less and less na siya. Kasi people are more focused on quality.
Rather than the fillers.
The fillers, they have a unique market na ang gusto, yung mga like chisel jaw, yung gusto ng may specific shape.
Yeah.
Yun yung mas focus of fillers. But the skin boosters kasi, skin boosters or the biostimulators, what it does, it enhances the overall skin quality. And it can be used for the face, it can be used for the neck, even for the hands. Yeah, it can help na your hands look less older. Alam mo yun, mas mukhang hindi siya mabuto, mas mukhang smoother, less veins. So, yun yung ginagawa nung biostimulators in general.
So, Doc, because also this year was the year of people stopping fillers because naging uso yung pillow face. Right?
Yeah.
Naging uso yung 2024 pillow face na migration of fillers na pati pala fillers nagmi-migrate, Doc.
Actually, that's why I mentioned earlier that you have to know also your limits. I think it's not really with fillers in general. It's because people are not satisfied.
Okay.
Right? For example, initially, you want to enhance your lips, for example.
Yeah.
When you started, pwede kang mag-start na. I just want to hydrate it. So, it's red, ganyan. Tapos, later on, parang, Dok, parang gusto ko kumapal pa siya.
Oh, no.
Diba? So, until later on, you're looking for a moving target. Na parang you want, na dati you were okay with just half an ml, and then after, hindi, parang gusto ko mas marami. And then, hanggang sa you didn't notice na it's already disproportionate. So that's why it's very important, even for our audience. Like, yes, I think it's normal that we will have insecurities. We want to improve something on our face, on our appearance. But I think the best thing is to know hanggang saan yung gusto mo. Or what is really your end goal.
Tama.
Because if you miss your end goal, you can get addicted to the procedure, but you don't really get the results that you want.
Yeah. Talking about addiction, another thing that we're addicted to, hello to my TikTokers, super addicting yung Botox.
Yeah.
And like, I tried it and I love it, but like, there's Jotox, there's Botox, there's Ailertox, ganyan. Will this be in for 2025, Doc?
You know, Botox has been here for more than 30 years.
More than 30 years?
Ganun na siya katagal in the market. So, it's still one of the most well-known, most studied aesthetic treatment in the whole world. Kasi, it started with trivia. It started pala with it didn't start with dermas. It started with patients who have parang problems with their eyesight.
Oh, okay.
Tapos, ang nangyayari was, they had to move the muscles. Diba? When we look to the left and to the right and around, when we do eye rolling, there are a lot of muscles that are involved. There are 6 major muscles.
Okay.
So somehow, that doctor was approved lang siya para mag-control mo. Para hindi banlag. Ganon.
Okay,
Yung
yeah,
mga ganon. So, and then, they started to see na, nawawala yung wrinkles. Hanggang sa later on, hindi na concern ng patient yung,
movement ng eyes.
yeah, ang mas concern niya, gusto ko na siyang gawin for my fine lines, for my wrinkles. So, doon siya talaga nag-start.
Ang galing. So, it's really just to control muscles.
Yeah. But, Botox is one of the safest. I think that's something that's important. It is safe. It's good to be used. It relaxes. That's what I want to say instead of control. What it does is it weakens and relaxes your muscle. For example, kung sobrang strong ng forehead muscles mo, na when you move up, 'di ba? Parang
Lines.
buong buho, umuurong na.
Naurang na.
So, what we do is we somehow relax so that even if you move your forehead, it's not too much. Diba? You start to check it. If you're looking at your mirror or your phone, you will start to move your facial muscles.
You will. I'm like, okay. So that's the main purpose. So for Botox in the long run, can you debunk this myth, Doc, na is this Botox or fillers? Yung parang because kanina pag pinatong-patong mo yung fillers, it will result to pillow face.
Yeah.
So does that happen also with Botox?
I think siguro to clarify, the pillow face happens kasi hindi properly placed yung mga areas. Like, I think you have to treat your face still as a sculpture.
Okay.
Diba? We know great artists who do sculptures. They don't just put it all together. Diba? They do enhancements ng unti-unti. But you have to know the right areas so that it will look good. Diba? Dapat balanced and proportionate. So I think there was a time that people went overboard with fillers nga na 2 ml whole face. But actually, for Asians, we're more conservative. So there are a lot of good techniques using fillers that have shown good results. Like you use 1 to 2 ml. If you have a good doctor, if your dermas are well-trained, they can use 1 to 2 ml of fillers for your whole face.
Alright.
And then it will improve and do subtle enhancement, but hindi halata.
Okay.
So, because ang ginagawa kasi dun sa traditional type of how you use fillers is bolus. Ibig sabihin ng bolus, 1 ml isang area. So, ano nangyayari? Diba? Para coffee.
Pumapuff yung mga
That's the problem. And what happens kasi with fillers, they're mostly hyaluronic acid. Hyaluronic acid absorbs water. So, pag marami ka nang nilagay, tapos nag-absorb pa siya ng water,
lalo ka siya. Na over. So, for Botox, of course, there's a limitation, but like, that one, you can do 3 to 4 months, right?
Estimatedly, ideally, is every 6 months. Twice a year lang.
Twice a year lang pala yung Botox.
Yes, because we don't want to develop resistance as well or immunogenicity, yung hindi later on hindi na magre-react.
Yeah.
For Botox, normally, yun na yung max, 6 months. I have patients na automatic yan. May schedule na yan. Alam niya na if, like on the dot, alam niya na if she had one in May, she will contact me in November.
Doc, Mia.
Yeah.
January tayo, and then that's July. Yeah.
But I think one thing to remind our patients is it's not a one size fits all. Like, I want Botox and it's gonna fix all my problems.
Yeah.
You have to know what the problem is. That's why you have to consult with your doctor so that they can assess. Usually, when it's about your facial muscles, the doctor will ask you continuously to make facial expressions. Like, close your eyes, open your eyes, wink, diba, smile. So, just so that they can see how strong your muscles are.
So, Doc, if you have sunken eyes, is that fillers or Botox?
Sunken eyes is kulang yung volume. Ibig sabihin malalim. So, that is fillers. Yes.
Okay. So, we're
Para lang
aligning.
magkukwis.
Yeah, nag-quiz tayo. Sorry, Doc, hot na on the
But it's good
spot
kasi
ka.
I think that's nice. You know, I think until now, it's a hot idea, like fillers, enhancements, but a lot of people are still confused, diba? I remember I talked to someone na she actually asked, I thought rhinoplasty was fillers. Sabi ko, no, rhinoplasty is surgical. The non-surgical are the fillers, Botox, and yung threads.
So, another thing, so Botox, diba? Pag nag-Jotox ka, Doc, automatically ba liliit yung face mo? Yes or no?
No.
No.
But explain natin siya para hindi
Yes.
bilis.
Paki-explain, Doc, kasi gusto ko din malaman if I'm gonna take
Jotox.
Jotox pa.
Yun, as I mentioned, when your doctor sees you, normally they will test how strong your muscles are.
Okay.
There are muscles of chewing.
Yeah.
Yun yung tina-target. So, pag masyado malaki, yung masseter, the masseter is the most well-known na yun yung doon nag-i-inject.
Yeah.
So, dito yon. So, when you chew, you'd feel it na pagkagat mo, nagta-tighten. Yun yung muscle na yon. But it's just one of the 4 muscles of chewing.
So, meron
Yes.
meron pang others.
But support muscles lang. But it's the biggest. Kaya usually, ang Jotox is done on that muscle. And then, as I mentioned, it weakens the muscle. So, hindi siya pag nag-Botox ka na, hindi nagagalaw.
Okay.
It weakens the muscle kasi it uses, that's why it's called botulinum toxin. It's a toxin that paralyzes the muscle.
The muscle.
But it's temporary. So, ibig sabihin, after 4 months, gagalaw ulit yan.
Yeah, gagalaw. So, hindi naman pala totoo that when you get Jotox, hugis bigas yung face mo.
Hindi siya agad-agad. You have to, sometimes, some patients, kung very strong yung muscles nila dito, it will have an effect at least within 1 to 2 months. So, hindi siya agad. Kasi you wait for the muscles to weaken or to lessen na hindi na siya kakapal. But, also caution, you really have to go to a doctor who knows what he or she is doing.
Yeah,
who
guys.
knows the anatomy because
Huwag tayo sa tabi-tabi lang ng mga aesthetic centers, guys.
because that's a problem. That's something pala that we have to remember. Make sure that if you have these procedures, you have to go to a derma or a doctor really who is licensed. Kasi hindi siya pwedeng
Basta-basta.
naaral mo lang. Because sometimes, you mentioned kanina, we want the cheapest thing.
Yeah.
But sometimes, the problem with the cheapest thing, baka mamaya, hindi na pala totoo yung type of toxin that they're using. Or baka mamaya, hindi na siya ganun ka-pure.
I remember this TV Patrol episode, Doc. I think this was like 4 or 5 years ago. This, I don't know, parang Dr. Quack Quack, ganun. Parang sinasabi niya na Botox siya, but actually, it was just Vaseline.
Oh, yeah.
I think that was just the rage back then.
Yeah.
Kasi when you make tusok, it pala, nakikita yung similar.
That was similar to fillers.
Yeah, similar to
Kaya din
fillers.
siguro maraming nagre-react. Kasi nga, sometimes, there was a time that people looked for alternative kasi nga mahal. So, some used wax or petroleum. So, which cannot really be used.
That's so dangerous.
Yeah, it is.
It's so dangerous, yeah. So, get everything done in the licensed
Yeah,
doctor.
and
Tama.
kung ako, because it's your face, it's your skin,
Yeah.
okay lang yan, magtanong na kayo ng magtanong. You do your own research, but when you go to the doctor, look for a doctor who can explain to you
Properly.
how it's being done and whom you can trust. Kasi that's your skin, that's your face. So, you don't want a botched procedure or a procedure na parang pumalpak, then paki-repair.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's hard.
Mas mahal ang mag-repair ng botched surgery, right? And another thing, Doc, so if you want hugis bigas na face, because we're talking about 2025 resolutions, what's a good procedure for that?
What I recommend in derma or in aesthetic procedures, normally, hindi siya isang treatment lang, Botox then no more. It's usually really understanding how different treatments can help.
Okay.
Usually, what I recommend, you can start with Botox for the jaw,
Okay.
so that if it's very, very strong, your jaw muscles. Another one is you can do thread lifts.
Thread lifts.
Yeah.
What's this, Doc?
Thread lifts are V-lifts.
V-lifts.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So that's where ang ginagawa naman niya, it positions your skin. It's like a non-surgical facelift.
Okay, non-surgical
Yeah.
facelift.
So ang ginagawa niya, gravity kasi pulls our face downwards.
Yeah.
Diba? So
yes.
naturally, although gusto mong tight yung skin mo, it gets saggy talaga. So, what it does is it tightens. Pag in-inject mo yung certain thread, they're called PDO threads, they get absorbed by the skin. When they get absorbed, they produce collagen. So, the collagen tightens it. So, para mas mag-plump. So, yon. Usually, these treatments can be also done yung mga aesthetic usually can be done 6 months to a year.
So a year.
So it depends on how. Some have like use a lot of threads, one visit, and then afterwards, pwede namang repeat after 6 months, or they could just do a little enhancement, kumbaga konting refine after 6 months, then another major procedure ulit after a year. So it really depends.
When you do the V-lift, Doc, agad-agad mo na makikita yung changes.
With V-lift, of course, with any aesthetic procedure, may tendency na merong downtime yan. Ibig sabihin, may period yan na medyo
swollen.
mag-heal, magsuswollen. So, give it 2-3 days.
2-3 days.
Yeah, but remember, these treatments are non-surgical. That's what we want for ngayon para hindi ka na nagtatago, 'di ba? You can hide it with makeup. So, that's the benefit of it. But, yun nga, these are gradual. So, dahan-dahan siya. So, normally, I really recommend na when you consult with your doctor, don't just come na, I want Botox and then nothing more. You ask the doctor, what's the best for you?
For you.
Yeah. And then, if, of course, we can prevent na you might have budget constraints.
Okay.
So, you can be upfront with the doctor na, this is my budget. What's the best way? So that we can manage expectations. Diba? Let's not think, we want kasi that perspective. Gusto ko hugis bigas. But baka mamaya, it's gonna be too much. Alam mo yun? Mamaya yung face structure mo, it's not for that. So mahirap din. So it's better to really be able to talk to your doctor, learn about it, learn what you can really enhance for your face so that you can feel more beautiful and more confident, because that's the goal. It's not really to change who you are, but it's really to make you want to feel more confident about you. That's why for me, I really recommend that patients really find a doctor that they can trust and that you build that rapport of you also building that confidence for yourself. Because even if you do a lot of procedures, but you're eternally not happy, you will keep coming back na, I'm still not happy. Diba? So it's the same problem. So hopefully that as we achieve our 2025 goals, we also look for ways to boost our confidence. Diba? Let's believe in ourselves. Let's be proud of who we are. Kasi there, in any comparison, you will always find someone who has better features than you.
Of course.
You will always find someone who may have what you wanted. But I think at the end of the day, if you know how to carry yourself, if you're confident in your own skin, then you can be a winner, diba? Rather than you keep on comparing, I don't have that, I want that.
I want
so
that.
It's so hard.
So it's really important to also really be secure with yourself. Like, lalo na if wala kang budget. My gosh, Doc. Pag wala kang budget and you're unhappy na, tapos ang lungkot-lungkot mo na, feel ko really nothing will happen with your 2025, right?
And I think it's also, so we sometimes forget, diba, the having a good outlook, even smiling, you know that you use more muscles to frown than to smile. So, diba, even just that, diba, just you knowing, having confidence, you knowing what to do, then it will give you a lighter atmosphere. It will give you a greater aura, even before others, na baka mamaya, hindi mo pala kailangan.
Tama.
So, that's something that we can all work on, diba? Na it's not really that expensive. Or, sometimes, if there are naman legit concerns, like, Doc, acne, like, I've been bothered by acne, my skin looks ugly already because I keep having bumps, and then I keep having scars, I keep having dark spots, and then it's a cycle, diba? So, sometimes, it affects your confidence. So, yung mga ganyan naman, like, even especially at Dermclinic, we have a lot of cases. And we really walk them through the journey. Kasi it's a journey of going to the doctor, asking them to help you resolve your major concerns, like if there's an infection, to give you antibiotics, to give you treatments. But at the same time, you should also learn the basic skincare para when you go home, kaya mo siyang i-maintain.
Tama.
So it's really a partnership that hopefully we'll all have, diba? If you haven't visited your derma or it's still not included in your 2025 goals,
Yeah.
we hope you include it, not to change your appearance, but
Yeah.
to really want to be confident this year, diba?
In your own skin.
Yes.
And I think that's what Skin Side Out is really for. It's more of really empowering. That's why we have this honest conversations na, do you really have to go through that nose lift procedure? Or maybe you can just try a Heiko nose thread and then see if you like it, diba? And also, Doc, when it comes to that, that's the changes na temporary. Another thing that's also temporary or permanent, I'm not so sure is Diode or New Light Pro. So, my question is, permanent ba talaga pag nag-laser ka, wala nang tutubo na hair? That's a myth na maraming, as a social media manager, ang daming nagko-question, oh, pag nag-New Light Pro ba ako, hindi natutubo yung hair ko? Parang gusto kong sagutin ng, buhok yan, tutubo at tutubo yan. So, what's the science or the story behind New
So,
Light Pro?
it's a treatment, diba, to help control or somehow minimize yung pagtubo. But as you mentioned, maraming hair yan eh. You're dealing with it. So, it's a process to really do it. Normally, the recommendation, it might take a year for some. Sometimes naman, kung konti lang yung hair mo and then your skin is easy to, or your hair is easy to respond, minsan mas I think wala namang problema for Filipinos. Kasi, the darker the hair, the more responsive din yung treatment. So, mas responsive kaya. So, if Pinoy ka, 'di ba? Mas responsive 'yan kasi it targets the color of the hair.
Oh, so mas agad siyang natatanggal.
Yeah. And marami kasing diode machines. I think it's best to really know what kind of machine kasi it's important na minsan iba-iba ng degree yan, iba-iba ng strength. But if you have a good doctor who knows how to manage it, who knows what degree na hindi sobra, baka mamaya sunog naman yung skin mo. Which is also a problem.
Naubusin ka lang ng hair, pero sunog naman yung skin mo. Yeah, that's also a problem too. So, Doc, that's different pa from underarm whitening.
Yes.
What's a good underarm whitening po?
Normally, for whitening naman, especially for the underarms, there are different approaches.
For Dermclinic, what do we do po?
Normally, what we use is we have peels.
Peels.
Yeah, that's the most visible effect.
Okay, peels.
And then we supplement it with creams, topical creams, or whitening creams that you can use. So, but same then with any treatments, especially for darkening, it will take time. So, it will take patience. It will take
patience.
A lot of patience for this 2025, diba? But know that as long as you're taking it one step at a time, you're gonna be closer to your goal. Siguro just a reminder also to not aggravate. Kasi tayong mga Pinoy, our skin is really nasa morena side or tayo yung nangingitim. Pag kunyari,
Rub yung...
Oo, nararub. So, it's the same also with the underarm. If you sometimes wear very tight clothes or masyado siyang nai-irritate, or sometimes even when you use underarm whiteners, na minsan medyo matapang, it can cause darkening. So, kaya, sometimes, the treatment for that is different. So, I think, kailangan din, alam mo din how to take care na hindi mas ma-irritate yung skin mo. Especially after doing treatments.
Yeah. I think that's like, we're personally taking notes of how to take care of ourselves this 2025. Tips po pala when it comes to, syempre, people want to have whiter underarms. And like, how do you prevent the friction from happening there?
Normally, you use a deodorant, diba? So, it's up to you. For example, kung pawisin ka, syempre, it's better for you to use really an antiperspirant.
Yeah.
So, yun yung mahalaga. If, for example, hindi ka naman masyadong pawisin. That you can have a milder deo na mas focused on whitening. It depends also on your activity. Kasi pag ikaw yung buong araw kang outside, papawisan ka, then it's hard.
Yeah.
Na what I usually recommend is you use the whitening creams at night. Para nasa bahay ka na. So, you recover at night. For the day, at least, since you're anticipating you're gonna be active, it's better na antiperspirant, yung deodorant pa.
Thank you. So, we're gonna use antiperspirant in the morning, and sa gabi, mga whitening creams.
Yes.
So, another thing, Doc, because we're going through change, can you, like, educate me when it comes to mesotherapy?
Mesotherapy.
Like, what does that exactly do? Parang, does it help with weight loss? Ganyan. Syempre, ang dami niyang mga 2025 goals, no New Year's resolutions, na it only lasts for 1 week.
Yeah. So, mesotherapy is a procedure wherein we inject, we call it metabolite.
Okay.
Para, diba? Kasi, normally, what should we do? If we have areas that are stubborn with fat, what should we do? We do exercise.
Yes.
So we all know that sometimes we get tired,
Super.
diba? Or sometimes there are really stubborn fats.
Okay.
So what mesotherapy does is inject the area so that it does a higher or faster metabolism in that area. So, mas mabilis siyang mag-react. Mas mabilis matutunaw yung fats. So, it somehow lightens or decreases the volume kung maraming fat cells.
Yeah.
So, yun yung basic perspective of mesotherapy. But it can't be dependent alone na yun lang. Tapos wala ka nang gagawin. Because it has to be partnered with also doing proper diet. I say proper so that we don't do crash diet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, we do exercise para it's sustainable. So, it's really about developing like not just healthy hair, healthy skin, healthy appearance, but really learning how to take care of your skin and your health better. Kasi sometimes what we see in our skin has an internal connection. So, if we are stressed, diba, pinsan, it comes out.
It comes out, definitely. Oh, so with all of that being said, Doc, what's your forecast as our resident dermatologist?
Yeah.
What do you think will people be attacking? Ano yung mga i-avail ng mga 2025 people? Like, what are they gonna
Siguro I think number one would be people will really be into skin quality. So I think biostimulators will still be a great thing kasi diba, I mentioned during the last podcast na we have 4 aspects. The tone, the texture, diba, the firmness, and the glow. So, 3 out of 4 nito, kaya nung mga stimulators.
So powerful siya.
Yeah, so it helps
really
you kasi it
powerful.
gives you that firm skin, and then it also gives you that glow, internal glow kasi nga it somehow hydrates your skin from within, and then it also improves the texture kasi masusmoothen siya.
Okay.
So yun yung I think
really
that's
a
really
forecast. Yeah.
effective. So another would be skincare creams. Diba? Yung mga cosmetics kasi I think if you've seen the past 4 or 5 years, it's been soaring, and there's
Skincare
automatically
heavy.
parang dati you can fit it in one bag. Siguro ngayon you have a backpack or a luggage already filled with skincare. Ganun na siya, di ba? That's how
It's uncontrollable.
it's ganun na yung skincare evolution because
So it's still gonna be so in.
yeah, I think it's gonna be so in. I think one of the major reasons is we all want to learn how to take care of our skin when we're on our own. We can't really consult with a doctor 24 hours a day.
Tama,
So,
yeah.
The good thing about doing or having a basic skincare treatment or skincare regimen is you learn how to do it yourself. You learn how to take care of your skin, and you prevent yung mga dark spots, you prevent yung mga
Pimples.
fine lines and other pimples.
Yeah.
So it helps empower people to take care of their own skin.
It also helps lessen, like when it comes to mental health.
Yeah.
different.
It's therapeutic.
It's therapeutic.
Diba? Even when you go for a facial, even when you're stressed, I want to go for a facial.
It's different.
Diba? Sometimes, or when you have a whole day, that's how you process.
Yeah.
But you take time, you do your 10-step, if you have a 10-step, or a 3-step, whichever is not, I don't consider it na mas superior yung 10-step
Yeah.
to the 3-step. It's really dependent on you, how you manage
There's no
it.
right or wrong when it comes to the steps
Yeah.
that you make when it comes to skincare.
And I think the last one is there will still be a rise of non-surgical treatments. Meaning ng non-surgical, yung mas preferred na ng mga tao. Gusto ko yung what they call it, like an office procedure or a lunchtime procedure pala. Yun yung tawag.
Lunchtime procedure.
Because I think particularly in Korea, they do their treatments during lunch break. So kaya siya lunchtime procedure. But I think for Filipinos, I think aside from us wanting things done ng mabilisan, we want to pamper ourselves.
I can't imagine pag yung nasa bank or mga nasa government offices, out for lunch po, bakit? Nagpa-Botox.
Yeah,
Be right back. Yeah, it happens.
I think the problem lang is, for them, they're used to like doing it fast.
Yeah.
So I have a friend who did her treatments in Korea.
Yeah.
And then na-shock siya when she did it. It was good naman, but she was shocked kasi like hindi na siya kinausap. Like, and like, diba?
Pack.
Like, because they're used to it. Like, it has to be done in 15 minutes because my next patient is there. So I think for us, even especially at Dermclinic, we take more time to explain. I think, in Korea kasi, diba, very aggressive din. Or sanay na yung mga tao. Like, Botox is like something you do. They talk about it. Like, skin treatments are done weekly. Ganun ka normal.
So normal, yeah.
But for us, I think we value money more as Filipinos. Diba? We want to know what's are the cons. Sometimes you talk to your doctor. You can discuss up to an hour.
Yeah,
diba? Just
that's
talking
true.
about pros and cons. And for me, that's okay. Kasi you have to be okay with that procedure. Otherwise, you won't reach the good effects.
Yeah. And I'm so happy that our doctors, they really take time to listen, because I feel like just having you here and asking all these questions, it really shows how important it is that you guys value our confidence talaga.
And I think siguro just one reminder kasi we kept talking about aesthetic treatments, alam mo yun. And then you mentioned earlier about the pain.
Yeah, the pain.
Diba? We all have different pain scales. Diba? Like, diba, may ibang immune sa sakit.
Are you high in pain tolerance?
Yeah, I have high pain tolerance. So, I lakas. So, yun, minsan it affects. So, sometimes, baka mamaya, pag tinanong mo isang friend mo, wala ko naramdamang pain. And then, ikaw, bakit ang sakit?
Sobrang sakit.
So, it could be because of the pain tolerance. So, you have to know, you have to gauge
yourself.
Ikaw ba yung, like, person na mahina yung pain tolerance mo?
Yeah.
Or, so, you can start there.
Also,
with
when it comes to downtime, I think everyone should know na when they take these, like, hindi ka pwede. I remember kasi one TikToker, her name is Aja Dang. She's a very beautiful, the asawa of Brian Puspos, the dancer. She did the Regeron procedure, and then the next day it was her flight back to the States. And then she showed there that she could not fly because it was so painful. And parang, I think that in the Korea, parang naka-grid pa yun, right? So sabi niya she had to book the extra flight, the extra hotel room for the night, and then rebook her flight kasi she could not take the pain. So for everyone going through, make sure na alam niyo downtime.
I think it's what's important when you have treatments for your skin. You have to know your expectations. You have to also manage the preparation.
Manage, yeah.
Diba? Wag kang flight ko bukas ngayon, diba? Because it's hard.
It's hard.
It's hard. And if you have a party, make sure that you have your treatments at least a month or 2 weeks before. Para at least you have that period for your skin to adjust. Yeah. That's why, diba, even for brides, I'm not sure if we have those who are watching and who are listening who are brides this 2025, diba?
Exciting.
Prepare for it. ahead of time so that you won't have to rush. Hindi mo masisiksik lahat because we keep on reminding everyone na it takes time
It
to
does, yeah.
to improve your skin quality. It takes time to take care of your skin. It takes time to give you that healthy glow.
Yeah.
So try to go with it ng dahan-dahan so that you're not also traumatized na you want everything done in one sitting tapos sobrang sakit pala.
That's true. You had patients before that like did not expect, Doc?
I
Or you
think
briefed
we
them
usually
before?
ask them talaga.
Yeah.
So, we ask them, or minsan, if there are long-time patients, kita na namin. Because maybe, what you mentioned earlier, the experience might be unique. Minsan, may mga taong mas mabilis mamula. Sometimes, there are some people who have more allergies. Pag ganon, minsan may possibility mas mag-react sila na mas longer yung downtime
Yeah.
rather than someone na darker skin. Actually, mas hindi halata. Kasi hindi ka masyado mamumula.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So, yun.
It's also like what you said in the previous episode, pag those suffering with diabetes, mas matagal ang healing process ng sugat.
Yeah.
So it really it varies.
And normally, we ask you, if you have other conditions, high blood or you have maintenance, we ask you about your maintenance, diba? Kasi even if it's a skin treatment, we still want to make sure that alam mo yun, walang complications. You want to make sure that you have clearance also from your doctors if necessary. But I think it's stigma if we say na, it's office procedure, it's just gonna be fast.
Yeah.
So it really depends on the type of treatment that you want, the quality that you want. So I think the best way for you to really know what fits your dream goals for this 2025 is consult with the doctor. Consult with your derma so that they can help you plan out.
Doc, because you are my doctor and we're gonna be publicly declaring it, is it safe to get a BBL?
BBL is Brazilian butt lift. So actually, in Europe and in the US, I think ang daming patients na nagpapaganon.
Normal.
Sobrang, because they love going to the beach, they love wearing bikini, so it's very, very common. I think here in the Philippines, hindi pa siya ganun ka in demand because not everyone, diba, wants to flaunt it. Unlike
conservative.
So I think that's one concern. It is safe because it's transferring fat. Meron namang safe ways dyan. But yun nga, there are still limitations. So there are other treatments. What I mentioned earlier, there are treatments that are injected.
Yeah.
For the skin that actually helps improve the texture, the plumpness of the areas you want to address. So it is safe, but it's best to know if you have other procedures and you're looking for any other procedures to be done para kaya mo siyang gawin. But it's safe.
It's safe.
It's your own fat, so it's your fat transfer for you.
So it's not like a foreign object.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, thank you so much for the patience to answer all of my questions for 2025. So thank you, Doc.
Thank you. And thank you. I think one thing that we should all do is really, all the information that they get, they don't take it na, okay, sabi ni Doc ganito, then you go have that procedure. It's still best na you take it with caution na, magpa-consult pa rin kayo. Kasi the generalizations that I made were that generalizations. Hindi siya specific for your concern.
That's true.
Each person has a unique body structure, facial structure, and unique habits na dapat alam din ng doctor mo para mas ma-treat ka niya the best way.
That's true. So guys, if you want change this 2025, make sure first and foremost to consult your dermatologist, especially your trusted dermatologist. So thank you so much, Doc Angela, for staying with us in this episode and being so true. And also for empowering us.
Yeah. Thank you also for listening. We know we had a lot of things to talk about. I think this is still a topic that will be talked about or could still be controversial because aesthetic treatments are still evolving. But know that as long as you consult, you study about what treatments you want, know about your body, listen to your body, and listen to your doctor, then you'll have a great 2025.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for staying tuned to this podcast. So please like, follow, and comment down below.
We hope you enjoyed today's topic. And if ever you have any questions or you want to learn more about Dermclinic, you can follow our social media accounts and you can ask us our questions as well, so that maybe one of your questions will be featured or we can try to answer them in our future podcasts.
Thank you, everyone. Hope you enjoyed this podcast.